Women have been sharing reasons why they have blocked a man or kicked him out of their space. So now we're switching gears. Hey Pavi says, a man just texted me, do you miss me yet? Please comment things you miss more than you could ever miss a man. I'll start. So that's the assignment. Things you miss more than you could ever miss a man. This is hilarious. Her answers. I miss when my boobs set up without a bra. I miss being on my parents' insurance. I miss being able to eat greasy foods without prepping or paying for it later. I can understand that one. Let's see what the other women are saying. So Chris says, I miss those Philadelphia strawberry cheesecake snack bars. Only thing I'ma spin the block for. So these bars, have you ever had these Philadelphia snack bars? Chris says, I miss my mama and my grandma. I miss having good knees and a small waist. I do feel you. I miss how fun the club used to be in my 20s. I miss going to the skating rink and going to Blockbuster Video on a Friday evening. The list goes on. I also remember Blockbuster on Fridays when they dropped a movie. Did you used to do that? Let's age ourselves. Did you used to go to Blockbuster Video? Bay Love says, I miss not having to exercise. She says, I miss naps. I miss not knowing what a bill was. Oh my goodness. And that's what Hey Pavi says, not knowing what a bill was. And then at the bottom, she says, I repeat, not knowing what a bill was. Oh my goodness. So we were so anxious to grow up and do this adult stuff. Remember, we're commenting things you miss more than you could ever miss a man. So keep that in mind. Why Indescribable say my last pap smear? That's why me and the lady at the bottom, she says, ma'am, I nearly aspirated on my chips, got me home alone about to choke to death. Queen Lynn at the top says, I miss $20 nails, $500 apartments, oh my God, and hustlers that actually hustled. And then the lady up underneath said, $500 apartments is so real. That is so real. Oh my goodness. I remember when I was in college, I could actually afford to live on my own in my 1-bedroom apartment on a server salary. I worked at Johnny Rockets and I could afford to live on campus on my own. Victoria says, I would miss having my period more than I miss a man. And then PDG Blonde said, nicely said. Hold up, we have a man. We will return after a brief mansplanation. Goose Banner says, he was goofy for asking that, but you're just as goofy for making this post. Please comment things you miss more than a man. Y'all be weak. He just had to come in and ruin the fun, talking about you're goofy. We don't care about your opinion. But Hey Pavi says, she didn't text you back, huh? Official Miss Jones says fibroids. That's harsh. This is my homie, Miss Mesa King. She says, I miss being able to eat a 20-piece without heartburn. 20 pieces of what? That is a lot of food. Vicky says, hate GERD. I risk heartburn with cookies and brownies. Dating Coach Paige says, my bike with the banana seat from when I was 10. Calculated Opulence says, I miss the Dollar Tree being $1. I miss intentional men. I miss being young enough to not feel like I was getting old. I miss the cartilage in my right knee. I miss $40 full sets and a pedicure. I miss COVID airfare prices. I miss having a skincare regimen that was less than $100. Dripped Awesome says, I miss when gas was $2 a gallon. I miss when 3 bundles gave you super full hair. I miss when pedicures with gel polish was $45. I miss when KFC had chicken Caesar salad twisters. I miss when you had $5, you got endless stuff from the ice cream truck. Then JL says, I miss when it was cheaper. Absolutely. I do miss when things were cheaper. Oh my gosh. I just miss 5 years ago cheaper. I just miss maybe even 6 years ago cheaper. J Romance says, I miss the body I used to think was so fat. She wasn't. I miss the big boy parking lot at 3 a.m. after the bar, still tipsy with the belly full of fried food and no one ready to go home yet. I miss the time when I didn't know words like perimenopause or responsibilities even existed. I miss the time when reading through all of what everyone else misses wouldn't have made me so emotional. God damn. I had to get to this part though. Callus says, being a kid, Being an adult is so ghetto. And then Jasmine Bloom says, super ghetto. So that gave me a chuckle. I wanted to share that part with you. So that was the first half. And I'm about to segue to more women opting out, this time on Threads. At first, I was talking about the women over 60, then women over 40. Now, this is just asking women and women giving their commentary on why they are opting out. XO Jules Rachel says, all of my past trauma and the stuff men have put me through over the past 3 years or so has made me no longer attracted to them at all like I was in my 20s. Like, I no longer feel any genuine physical attraction to men anymore. Have any other women felt this way? And how were you able to overcome it and date again? Rebecca says it's not uncommon. Lots of girls and women start feeling that way. I'm in therapy, and apparently there is some data about the number of women feeling asexual or just giving up on men. It starts with your emotional or intellectual needs not being met. Feeling unsafe, just having negative experiences. The result is feeling asexual or not wanting to date. The message is you'll be attracted to a man if he satisfies your emotional needs, makes you feel safe and loved. If not, stay single. Chi-Town Chrissy says this is the answer. I stopped dating for several years. I was totally done. Then I started seeing a man I had been friends with for a long time. That helped. I finally feel safe to love again. It's the safety part, actually believing he won't hurt you. Lala Bell Rose says, I just wrote an essay about this a few days ago. At 41, I can very much relate. I still find some men physically attractive, but not in any sense of, I want to spend some time with him. More so in the sense of, I appreciate the aesthetics here, but in order for me to actually desire a person, I need to feel excited about getting to know them and emotionally safe in their presence. And these are not things I feel with strangers. Alberta says, why date our natural predator? Honestly, straight women have it rough. We shouldn't have to overcome anything to want to date again. I'm so sorry about your experiences. Self-trust signal says, those feelings are actually protecting you. It's your body's way of keeping you safe until you've healed enough to open again. Trust that when you're ready, attraction will return naturally without forcing it. Betsy says, I don't think the problem is being healed enough to open again. Plenty healed, open people get harmed. The problem is the harmers. It is completely sane not to want them. And then she says, I didn't call it a problem. Attraction is a nervous system response. If the body doesn't feel safe, desire shuts down. That's protection, not brokenness. It isn't about forcing openness. It's about safety, letting it return on its own. How do y'all feel about this conversation right here, talking about safety and it protecting you and all of that? I think I'm kind of leaning into what Betsy is saying. I think that people are healed and just want to opt out, but I want to hear your thoughts on this exchange right here. Andromeda says, oh girl, I'm a lesbian now. F the men's. And then Prickly G says, I was wondering if I might find you here relating hard to the OP. Portia says, me, I feel this way right now. In fact, I find them all ugly and think they're all dumb no matter how objectively good looking or smart/successful they are. After 3 years of trauma, I feel like I hate them all. Also, I think the difference with men and women is when women feel this way, we stop seeking and interacting with men. But when men feel this way, they continue to seek women to use and make miserable. It's important for me to do this. It's important for other women to know that they are not alone in their experiences. A lot of women are closing themselves off because they don't want to deal with the stress, the financial burden, the threat of pregnancy, all of the things that go along with these F-boys. So many of them are duds right now. We've checked in the back. There's none. There's none. And women are not willing to, pick through the bargain bin that is out there right now. So many of them are seeing these very similar things, having so many very similar stories. No matter the age, no matter the country of origin, no matter the culture, women are opting out. Go ahead, join the conversation though. Let me know what you think. What do you miss more than men? And Have you opted out of dating altogether? Don't forget to like, comment, and share.